My search for the perfect productivity system seemed to end when I learned how to combine the principles of getting things done with the online note taking system Evernote. I'm Dave Edwards. Today, I want to share a bit more about the way my system works. I want to remind you that I have a free weekly newsletter in which I write about productivity, leadership, GTD, and Evernote. Sign up at daveedwardsmedia.com, click on contact. So, my productivity system came about after a lot of tinkering and trial and error. As I said, I use the principles of GTD, getting things done, in combination with the note taking productivity app called Evernote. But the system I set up has allowed me to track and get a lot of things done, giving me the time to work hard at what really is important. Now, as you may know, I've started teaching my method in an online class called Getting Things Done with Evernote. And one of my subscribers to that course had a great suggestion. Ridwan wrote, would it be possible to create another video with a few examples of how you would clarify, organize, review, and engage with the next actions and projects in your Evernote system? I'd love to. Let's go to my demo account. So let's first talk about capture. So I'm pretty ruthless about everything that comes into my system, goes into my inbox. This could be notes that I'm taking at a meeting. This could be ideas I have. This could be tasks that I think of, events I want to check out. I mean, everything I do goes into my inbox. How do I do it? Well, sometimes I just open up a note and I type it in. Sometimes I open up the little note icon on my desktop toolbar, or I even, will just email myself a note or have Siri email a note to my account. And it always goes into my inbox. Now, I treat this inbox just the way I treat my email inbox. That means I have to do a little triage on it periodically, and I go through this every day. At the end of the day, I make sure that I can try, well, I try really hard to get this to inbox zero, just the way I will do with my email that comes in my email accounts. I don't always make it, but I really try very, very hard. But the reason why I like everything going into my inbox is it allows me the chance to rethink each item that I put in there, decide whether or not it's something I really want to do, when I need to do it. Is there a deadline that requires me to set up a task, or is it just something that's informational and can go into one of my other accounts? So, so for example, the first note that's here is a meeting notes that I took in a marketing meeting. And as you can see that came along here, there was in fact an item that is a task that I really want to do, and I want to assign this to John. Now, John might be new to our organization, so the first thing I want to do is create a new tag called John. This means that when I see John again, I will be able to talk to him about the item. And so now I have successfully created the tag for John. So now John has his name in my list of tags, just like I have for everyone else. Now, because, I want this note to be tagged with John's name, I will add a tag and I will type in John's name. So now that note is tagged with John. I have it set up as a task already with a reminder. I may want to follow up with John prior to this deadline, so I can then add another tag, like, for example, soon or waiting for, if John has to provide me with information. So in this case, I might even want to set up a reminder that in 1 week, I need to talk to John about this project. So now I've got him saved as a tag. So the next time I meet with John, I can click on this. So everything has to come in here, and then it goes from there. Now I'll decide where I want to file this. So this would be a work function, So because this is related to marketing, I would then slide the note into marketing. So it's now moved from my inbox into the marketing folder. Came into the inbox. I've determined what deadline I have to set. I've determined who it's assigned to. It's all been given the appropriate tasks, and then I finally move it into the appropriate place that I need it to be. So I'll do the same thing with the budget. We had a budget meeting on March 8th. So if after this meeting I'm waiting for information, I would want to tag it with my waiting for and make a notation in here that I would put WF for waiting for Mary to give me details on the last expenditure. Then I would take this and I would file this into my budget folder for work. So this is the way I go through and triage all of my notes. In future segments, I'll talk about some of the other decisions that we have to make to stay true to the GTD process, but at least this gives you an idea of how I handle items that come into my inbox and decide where they need to go. So now you see a bit of how I do things in my system. If this system makes sense to you and would like to learn more about it, I'd love it if you would sign up for my course. It's called Getting Things Done with Evernote. Costs only $50, but I know it'll help you become more productive. Find out more at daveedwardsmedia.com. Click on courses.